The bus hissed as it pulled up, doors folding open like a mouth ready to swallow me. My brother stood a few steps back, smiling too wide, hands shoved in his pockets. "Enjoy some time for yourself," he said. "You deserve it." He said it like a line he'd practiced. Like relief. "My name is Callie Monroe, I'm 15. And if you think you know how this ends, stay tuned." The ticket in my hand felt flimsy. A dream trip, he'd called it, 2 days away, prepaid, no questions. Ever since Mom died, he'd been my legal guardian. Too careful lately. Too generous. I smelled his cologne mixed with nervous sweat and knew something didn't add up. As I stepped toward the bus, someone grabbed my sleeve. "Callie, wait." It was Mrs. Adler, our neighbor. The one I used to help carry groceries. She was breathless, eyes wild, hair half out of place like she'd run the whole block. "Don't get on," she whispered. "Come home with me. Now." My heart slammed. "Why?" She glanced at my brother, then back at me. Her voice dropped. "I found out something terrible. About the trip. About him." The bus driver cleared his throat. "Miss." My brother's smile faltered for just a second. "Human. Bill." I looked at the open bus door, light inside, strangers waiting, then at Mrs. Adler's shaking hands. Why would he send me away so suddenly? Why no? I stepped back from the bus. And the doors closed anyway. The bus pulled away, leaving a strip of exhaust and silence behind it. My brother's smile vanished the second the doors shut. "What was that?" he asked, voice sharp now. "Not practiced." Mrs. Adler didn't answer him. She wrapped an arm around my shoulders and steered me toward her car like she was afraid he might grab me back. "Get in," she said. "Please." I did. My hands shook so hard I dropped the ticket on the pavement. No one went back for it. As we drove, Mrs. Adler's house keys rattled in the cup holder. An ordinary sound. It made everything feel worse. "I didn't want to scare you," she said. But I couldn't stay quiet. "About what?" I asked. She exhaled long and thin. "About the paperwork. The timing." My stomach twisted. "What sale?" She glanced at me, then back to the road. "Your brother put the house on the market. Quietly. 2 weeks ago." "That's not..." I stopped. I pictured his sudden kindness. The prepaid trip. The way he'd rushed me out the door. Why would he? "Because," she said gently, "you can't sell a house with a minor living in it without delays. Hearings. Oversight. The car felt too small. So he wanted me gone. For long enough," she said. "To sign things. To move money." My phone buzzed. A text from him. "You missed the bus. We'll talk later." Mrs. Adler pulled into her driveway and turned off the engine. The house was quiet, porch light on. A door waiting to be opened. "Callie," she said, taking my hands. "There's more." My throat tightened. "How do you know?" She reached into her bag and pulled out a folded document. "Because he asked me to witness a signature." My name was printed at the bottom. And the date was tomorrow. I didn't recognize my own name on that page. It looked copied. Smoothed out. Like someone else had practiced writing it until it passed. Mrs. Adler laid the document flat on her kitchen table, right under the ceiling light. It flickered once, then stayed on, bright and unforgiving. "He said you'd already agreed," she told me. "That you were excited about the trip. That you trusted him." I swallowed. My mouth tasted like metal. "Agreed to what?" She tapped the top line. "Temporary power of attorney. Just while you were away," she said softly. "Long enough to finalize things." The room felt smaller. The door to the hallway was open, but it suddenly looked far away. "He can't," I said. "I'm 15. "That's why he needed a witness who believed him," she replied. "And why he needed you gone." My phone buzzed again. A voicemail this time. I didn't play it. I already knew his voice would sound calm, disappointed, like I'd failed a test he never told me about. Mrs. Adler poured water into a glass and slid it toward me. My hands shook so badly I had to use both to lift it. A human detail I hated noticing. "We need to call someone," I said. "A lawyer. Child services." She nodded. "I already did." A knock hit the front door, 3 quick taps. I froze. Mrs. Adler didn't move right away. She checked the window, then looked at me. Outside, a shadow crossed the porch light. And my brother's voice followed it, low and controlled. Callie, he said. Open the door. We need to talk. Mrs. Adler didn't open the door. She stepped in front of it instead, shoulders squared like she was bracing against wind. Go to the back room, she whispered. Stay where you can hear. I did, my feet light and fast, every sense sharp. From the hallway I could see the front door through the mirror by the coat rack. My reflection hovered there, split by the frame, watching. Callie, my brother said again, louder now. You're overreacting. Mrs. Adler spoke calmly. You need to leave. Pause. The kind where someone recalculates. She's a minor, he said. She belongs with me. The word belongs landed wrong. Heavy. I've contacted child services, Mrs. Adler replied. And an attorney. Silence. Then a laugh, short, breathy. You think paperwork scares me? The porch light flickered. Then steadied. I think signatures do, she said. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Unknown number. I answered without speaking. Callie, a woman said gently. I'm with county services. Are you safe right now? Yes, I whispered. At the door my brother's voice sharpened. Open it. No, Mrs. Adler said. Firm. Footsteps retreated. A car door slammed. An engine peeled away too fast. The woman on the phone exhaled. Good. Stay where you are. I slid down the wall, heart racing, and pressed my palm to the floor until the shaking slowed. The mirror caught my eyes, wide alive. Because for the first time since Mom died, someone had closed a door for me, and it held. County services arrived before it got dark. A woman with a soft voice and tired eyes sat across from me at Mrs. Adler's table, notebook open but pen still. She didn't rush. She let me talk in pieces. About the trip. The papers. The way my brother's smile had felt rehearsed. She nodded at the right moments, like she knew silence could be part of the story. Mrs. Adler brought tea. I burned my tongue and didn't care. The sting helped me stay present. When my brother called again, the woman answered it herself. She listened without interrupting, then said, You should stop contacting her. One sentence. Clean. Final. She ended the call and wrote something down. He'll be angry, I said. He already was, she replied. Now it matters. That night I slept on Mrs. Adler's couch. The ceiling fan clicked softly off balance. In the dark, I stared at the hallway mirror and watched my reflection breathe. Still split but steadier. In the morning, a temporary order was issued. No travel. No signatures. No unsupervised contact. The house, my house, was flagged. The sale paused. My phone buzzed with a message I didn't open. I slid it face down. Mrs. Adler squeezed my shoulder. You did the right thing. I thought of the bus doors folding shut. Of the light inside that almost took me away. Outside, a moving truck idled across the street, then pulled off. Empty. And I understood something new. Dream trips are easy to give. Safe homes are harder to steal. They moved fast after that. By noon, an investigator walked me through my house while my brother stood on the porch, arms crossed, jaw tight. He wasn't allowed inside. The door stayed closed between us, a solid line I could finally trust. The investigator asked gentle questions and wrote careful notes. She noticed the missing photo frames, the empty drawer in my room, the way the lock on my door had been changed. I thought it was for safety, I said. She nodded. Sometimes control pretends to be care. In the kitchen, sunlight poured across the counter where my brother used to spread paperwork. I saw faint pen grooves, indentations where signatures had been practiced. My name again. Over and over. I felt a cold clarity settle in my chest. That afternoon, Mrs. Adler and I sat at her table while a lawyer explained options. Guardianship review. Financial oversight. The words sounded heavy, but they also sounded real. Like walls going up where there had been none. My brother texted once more. I was trying to help you. I didn't reply. When evening came, county services drove me back to the house to collect clothes. Supervised. I packed slowly. Each shirt, each book felt like reclaiming ground. In the hallway mirror, my reflection finally lined up. No split. Just me. As we left, my brother's voice cracked. Callie. The door closed before he finished. And in the quiet car ride away, I realized something else had changed. The trip he planned for me was canceled. The journey I was on had just begun. The foster placement was temporary. That's what they kept saying. Temporary, like the word itself could soften the weight of it. A quiet house across town. A woman named June who smelled like soap and cinnamon and didn't ask questions the first night. He showed me the room, the light switch, the lock. You control this, she said, and left the door open unless I wanted it closed. I closed it halfway. On the dresser sat a mirror without cracks. I didn't like it at first. Too honest. I taped a small photo beside it. Me and Mom at the beach, hair everywhere, laughing at nothing. The light hit it just right in the mornings. The review hearing came faster than I expected. My brother sat at the far end of the room, suit wrinkled, smile gone. Papers passed hands. Dates didn't line up. Witnesses did. Mrs. Adler spoke clearly. The lawyer spoke carefully. Truth doesn't rush. When it was my turn, I stood. My voice wobbled once, then held. He told me it was a gift, I said. But gifts don't need signatures forged. The judge nodded. Small. Decisive. Afterward, in the hallway, my brother tried to speak. The caseworker stepped between us without raising her voice. A door, again, placed exactly where it needed to be. That evening, June handed me hot chocolate and said nothing while I stared out the window. The bus stop down the street was quiet now. No doors opening. No engines waiting. My phone buzzed. One message from an unknown number. The sale is cancelled. I let out a breath I didn't know I'd been holding. Because the worst trips aren't the ones you almost take. They're the ones someone plans for you. The house didn't feel like mine when I went back. But it didn't feel like his either. County services changed the locks while I watched from the porch. The click was soft. Final. Inside, the rooms looked bigger without his voice filling them. Sunlight moved across the walls slowly, like it had time now. I noticed small things I'd missed before. The scuff by the doorway, the dent where a picture frame used to hang, the mirror in the hall reflecting me whole. The court decision came in writing. Careful language. Firm lines. My brother's guardianship was suspended. Financial control transferred. The attempted sale voided. A quiet list of consequences that didn't raise their voice and didn't need to. Mrs. Adler hugged me in the doorway, awkward and tight. You were brave, she said, embarrassed by her own tears. June helped me unpack what I'd taken to her place. I kept the bus ticket folded small, tucked into my notebook, not as fear anymore but as proof. Proof that listening matters. Proof that stopping can be an act of courage. My brother sent one last message. I didn't open it. I set my phone down by the door and watched the light settle on the floor. The house breathed. So did I. My name is Callie Monroe. I'm 15. I learned that danger doesn't always shout. Sometimes it smiles and buys you a trip. And safety looks like a door that closes. Gently. And stays closed.